Welcome to the Serious Sarcasm Podcast. My name is Jaylen Dwayne Edgar. Everything you hear is purely my opinion and absolutely not gospel truth. If you do find yourself getting a little bit too worked up over what I say, feel free to take your opinion and, well, you know where. Now that we got that straightened out, sit back, relax, and you might want to get yourself some popcorn because it's going to be a long one. Enjoy the show, y'all.
What is going on? My name is Jaylen Dwayne Edgar. Welcome to the Serious Sarcasm Podcast. Another week of nonsense in the world and another day of me speaking on it. But first and foremost, let's give a shout out to all you listeners, returning and new. I appreciate you guys. We're running up the subscribers on YouTube and we're running up the followers on Instagram. We just hit 500 followers on Instagram. So, we doing our thing.
Let's go.
We're finally streaming on iHeartMedia as well. So if you do listen to the podcast on iHeartMedia network, I appreciate it. If you do listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, we do appreciate you guys as well. And of course, you heard his voice already, but I'm gonna shout him out regardless. The voice of God, the eye in the sky, the podcast, Dr. Phil.
Hello.
How you doing, Phil?
Hey man, life's good.
Doing good, man?
Yes, sir. Happy to do it. Let's go.
We got a jam-packed show today, man.
We do. A lot of ups and downs.
A lot of ups and downs. So unfortunately, we're gonna start out with a downer. I do want to send my thoughts and prayers out to DJ Clark Kent's family. If you guys don't know who DJ Clark Kent is, he's one of the hip-hop pioneers, especially of 90s hip-hop and early 2000s hip-hop. A famous rapper by the name of Jay-Z said if it wasn't for DJ Clark Kent, Reasonable Doubt, his first album would have never happened. So if you didn't know, DJ Clark Kent did pass away from colon cancer.
Damn.
So once again, another situation where we say, fuck cancer.
That's like the black guy killer, man.
Colon cancer literally be killing black men all the time, which is crazy, right?
Yeah, Chadwick.
Yep, Chadwick. But I remember when Chadwick went, that shit was, ugh.
Yeah, I remember when people were making fun of him.
Yep, and that's why that shit still hurts to this day, because I tell people all the time, bro, don't make fun of people's appearances, because that Chadwick shit should have taught the whole world, you'll mind your fucking business.
Yep.
But to DJ Clark Kent, man, I want to send my condolences and prayers, and I want people to understand how important DJ Clark Kent was to our culture, because not only Reasonable Doubt, like, I love the dough from Biggie, Brooklyn's Finest, Jay-Z and Big, like, Clark Kent got some hits, especially in the 90s, early 2000s, like, that he produced. Believe it or not, DJ Clark Kent is the reason why Jay-Z and Biggie met in that studio session.
Really?
Yeah, because they went to the same, Biggie and Jay-Z went to the same high school, but Jay-Z didn't really know Biggie. And they were doing Brooklyn's Finest. DJ Clark Kent said to Jay, like, yo, let's get Biggie on the record. Dame Dash was like, nah, fuck that. We ain't giving Puff no money. But he was like, nah, we ain't giving Puffy no money. Like, nah. Like, we want Big on the track, but we ain't give Puffy no money. And then DJ Clark Kent pulled a fast one. He invited Biggie to the studio session without telling Jay-Z and Dame Dash. He was like, yo, I'm going to be right back. He went to the bathroom, went downstairs to go get Biggie, came back in with Biggie and was like, hey, guys, here's Biggie if you want to meet him. And he was like, him and like Jay-Z and Biggie chopped it up for like a good 10 minutes, then went in the booth and killed it. But the funniest part of that story, actually, is that Jay-Z, Jay-Z famously doesn't write his rhymes, right? He just thinks of it and then goes in the booth and spits it out.
Hold on.
Yeah.
With that, I have a problem with that.
What's up?
How do you recite your lyrics when you're doing a concert then if you don't write your lyrics out?
But don't they usually have the screen on the floor for acts? I've seen some acts, like, especially singers, they'll have like a little screen on the floor, like a monitor.
Yeah.
To like, find a place, kind of like karaoke style.
Okay. Well, maybe you're right then. But I always, because Lil Wayne says he has a hard time doing that. So he don't play certain songs because he don't remember them.
I've heard Lil Wayne say that. And that makes sense, though. That does make sense.
All right.
But the crazy part about that story, too, is that Jay-Z did his verses, and he did, like, the gaps in the verses so Biggie can hop in. And Biggie couldn't do the same thing Jay-Z did. So Biggie took the record home to, like, write to it, and then he sent the record back to Clark Kent, like, 2 months later.
Nice.
It was like, yo, I finally finished it. I was like, yo, that's crazy to me. But, man, the DJ Clark Kent, whether it be hip-hop, whether it be the things that you've done in the culture, whether it be even things you've done in the sneaker game, like, DJ Clark Kent is the original sneakerhead, by the way. I don't think a lot of people know that either. He's literally the first sneakerhead, technically, speaking. But to DJ Clark Kent and his family, his fans, I'm one of them. I send my thoughts and prayers and condolences. And God has his favorite DJ next to him now, man. Do want to kind of keep it in a somber note for a little bit. For those who may not know, today we're recording is November 1st, Friday. That means it's the day after Halloween. If you don't know or you haven't heard, there was a mass shooting in downtown Orlando where we are recording from. Unfortunately, another act of senseless violence hit another city in America. This time around, Phil, I don't know what to say about this one, man. Like, it was a 17-year-old kid. Let me get his name right. I don't want to butcher the kid's name because I already know he's probably all over his Fox News and they're talking about, is it the music that's causing these crimes? But his name is Jaylen Dwayne Edgar, 17 years old, was in downtown Orlando on Halloween night and shot up downtown Orlando. When, if any city knows, when it's Halloween, downtown, the club area, club strip is always jam-packed like it's New Year's Eve, let's be real. And this young man came in there and just had one thing on his mind: to shoot people up. What bothers me about this is that he's 17 years old. What is a 17-year-old doing with a gun like this? Well, he had a pistol, I think it was. But what is a 17-year-old doing with a gun? On top of that, Phil, it was Thursday night. Why are you not at home? Isn't it a school night?
This kid ain't in school. Come on, man.
I know, but isn't it a school night? But to the victims, man, honestly, this shit pisses me off because he's not going to be the only one in our, black community that does shit like this. A lot of 17, 16, 15, 13, 14-year-old kids are doing stuff like this more often because they think that's what's going to get them the views, the clicks, the clout, whatever the case is. They don't understand the shit that you do in real life really has consequences, man. You young niggas need to understand this. Like, you YNs need to understand this. This shit got real consequences. This kid is probably going to be in jail for the rest of his life. He killed 2 people, one of them point blank range, and shot 6 other people in a crowded downtown area that had at least 3,000, 4,000 people on that one street. At least, bare minimum. I have an older brother who is a manager and a club owner downtown. And when I woke up in the morning and I see him text me saying that he was safe, I swear to God, my heart dropped because I didn't know what was going on. One of my best friends, a fan favorite of the show, Trey, was at downtown when the shooting happened. Another fan favorite of the show, our previous guest, Miriam J, was on the podcast, and she was in downtown when it happened. And those two were so, especially those two specifically, they were so close to where this happened. And you know what, man, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. It's never going to change. It's never going to change at this point. But to the people who were killed, their families and friends, the people who were hurt, their families and friends, I want to send my thoughts, praise, and condolences because this shit is ridiculous at this point. And it's been ridiculous since Sandy Hook. Shit, to be honest with you, I was born in 93. Columbine happened in what, 92, Phil?
99.
99, my bad. I'm way off. But it's been ridiculous since Columbine. And that's 25 years ago, y'all. 25 years ago. But my thoughts and prayers and condolences go out to all the families of the victims. And let's get this show really on the road. Let's talk about Meg Thee Stallion. All right, let's get it. All right. Meg, damn, she's so fine.
I know, man, she's hot.
That girl.
Does body count matter with somebody like that?
I don't give a damn. Like, I wish I had glasses on. I turned into an uncle. What's all that movement back there? But let's talk about Meg Thee Stallion. So, Phil, you remember a while ago we had an episode where we talked about the dangers of AI?
Oh, yeah.
And remember I mentioned to you the Meg Thee Stallion had like a sex tape, but it was a deep fake AI generated video, correct?
Yeah, I fapped to that like 7 times.
Would you like to know that Meg Thee Stallion is actually suing the person who posted that video?
Oh, I would assume so. She would.
But not only is she suing that person, she's also suing that person for spewing, tweeting, and reporting on lies on Meg Thee Stallion, whether it be things in her trial versus Tory Lanez, whether it be just her personal life in general. And Meg Thee Stallion is actually probably going to win this lawsuit.
Oh, absolutely.
Let me explain why she's going to win this lawsuit. But AI video to the side. This one thing I always learned about social media nowadays. If you don't feel like you're in the wrong, you don't delete your tweet or your post, correct?
Unless you're trying to protect yourself.
That's true too.
Someone told her to delete it.
Exactly. So, but guess what? In Twitter, nothing, let's be real. In the internet, nothing's ever deleted.
Nope.
Nothing's ever. You can find it on some server, some backlog on somebody's page. You can find it. So Meg dug up some tweets, found a bunch of tweets where I guess her and her team has been cataloging all these tweets and fake reports that this specific Twitter user has been posting about her. And it's gotten to the point where Meg actually has a legitimate lawsuit and is suing this person. And it's crazy to me that a lot of these annoying bots on social media, and whether it be Tory Lane fans, whether it be Nicki Minaj fans, whether it be, I don't know who else Meg Thee Stallion has beef with. Oh, or, you know, black men who just hate black women. I'm just gonna say what I said. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Are just posting like, oh, Meg is only suing this lady because, you know, her last album flopped. What does Meg Thee Stallion's album flopping have to do with her keeping her name clean?
She's like, I need the money now because I didn't get the album. I guess that's what their justification for saying that.
And that makes no sense to me because Meg Thee Stallion I think she re-signed her deal with Nike recently. So she's not scraping for money. Plus, it's Meg the fucking Stallion. Act like she don't sell out concerts everywhere she goes.
Right?
Like, what are we talking about right now? And on top of that, yo, Tory Lane fans, I'm going to say something to y'all not going to like, and I do not give a fuck at this point.
All right, say it.
You motherfuckers need to get the fuck over it. Tory Lanez had a chance to claim his innocence, but he decided not to take the stand in his trial. He had a chance to sit there in front of the jury, in front of the prosecutioners, and clean his fucking name. He didn't take that stand. But instead, you know what he did? He made a phone call from the jailhouse. Sorry, it's frustrating me because this shit annoys the hell out of me. He made a call from the jailhouse, apologizing to Meg's friend or whatever, the other bitch that was in the car with them, saying, yo, I'm sorry how things happen, blah, blah, blah. Now, you can say what you want. You can say, oh, he wasn't talking about, you know, he actually shot Meg. He was just talking about how things went down that night. He should have been honest because he was fucking this chick and Meg at the same time. But that's why the drama happened. I don't give a fuck. He had a chance. He lost his chance. And you being his fans are making it worse. Like, I hate to see Tory Lanez in jail. I think he makes really great music. But if he an ain't shit individual, he an ain't shit individual. Another thing Tory Lanez should not have been doing when he was on trial and he had these charges in the streets wilding out like a fucking idiot. How many fights did Tory Lanez get in when he was on trial? Let's be real. Or when he got the charges filed. And everybody was, and the main thing, yo, Phil, let's be real. Anytime a black man, white man, whoever it is gets arrested, what's the first thing your lawyer tells you? Not to act like a fool before the trial starts.
Yep.
That's the first thing your lawyer tells you. How many times Tory Lanez got in trouble before his fucking trial started?
What, 3?
Exactly,
Oh, yeah.
3. Fighting in the street, pressing other rappers. Nigga, sit the fuck home. Stay the fuck home. This shit would have never happened. Because of you doing that shit, now the prosecutioners and the DA can be like, yo, you see he on trial right now for this shit, but let's talk about his history of violence and his history of nonsense. Even including after his arrest, he was still on the same bullshit.
Bro, I have this weird theory. It's because he's like 4'8".
People say the same thing too. I think he may have
He does have Napoleon complex.
I think he may have a Napoleon complex. I'm gonna be real. I mean, and that's not to fault him. Like, oh, yo, he ain't shit. He deserves to be in jail because he has a Napoleon complex. But at a certain point in life, man, and I'm gonna speak on the same type of shit right now in like 2 topics from now. At a certain point in time, when you have a certain amount of money and you got a certain amount of fame, you got to understand that you're responsible not only for yourself, but also feeding like 10, 30 other people, especially in Tory Lanez's case. You're responsible, especially him being an independent artist, you're responsible for feeding 30 other people. Nigga, act the fuck right. That's all you got to do. Act right. Go home. Don't be outside acting like a fool. Go home. Act right. Make your music. And he's incredible at his fucking craft. And it sucks to see him in jail. I shouldn't really be talking about Meg, but the Tory Lanez shit is just goes hand in hand with this shit. But anyways, case fucking closed, man. Tory Lanez is in jail for 10 years? I think he'll get out early on good behavior because I don't think he's in jail wilding out, to be real with you. Let's be real. Like, if I'm in jail for 10 years, I'm not wilding. I'm sitting my ass down.
You got a lot to think about.
Got a lot to think about. So, Tory Lanez, man, I hope you're staying safe in there. But to his fans, that's my standpoint on it. If you could shit on me, call me a simp, I don't give a fuck. Just like the fresh and fit niggas sending their fans in my YouTube comments, I do not care. You niggas aren't real niggas. You niggas aren't real people. They still going at me. That's the thing. That's the crazy part.
Fudo Farquaad guy?
Yeah, Fuhat. Nah, Fuhat.
Fuhat
is the dude from Shits and Gigs. Not them. They fans really not going at me.
No, his name is
Oh yeah, that's right. The
Myron's name is
Yeah.
like Foodle something.
Yeah, Myron's real name is actually that. It's crazy how he changed his whole name to make himself more accepted in the black community. But anyways, the next topic I'm gonna talk about, speaking of acting like fools in the street, let's talk about Ray J and Diddy's kids. Okay, as you can see, Chris Brown is on the screen as well, but let me explain what happened. So, allegedly, actually it's not alleged, it's been confirmed by many sources. But Ray J got into an altercation with Diddy's kids. When I mean Diddy's kids, I'm talking about Quincy, who is Diddy's stepson, Justin, who is Diddy's firstborn, I believe, and Christian. Christian is, if you guys don't know who Christian Combs is, King Combs, the rapper. And never mind. But supposedly they got into a fight with Ray J, or tried to press Ray J with like 10 goons. They tried to press Ray J. And the person who actually broke up the fight, because he was driving past and seen the fight about to happen, was Chris Brown. That's a crazy headline, right? That Chris Brown broke up a fight between Ray J and Diddy's kids, right? That's crazy to say out loud, right?
Yeah.
So what sparked the incident is that Ray J had some comments that weren't, I guess, the best about Diddy and Diddy's case. And, you know, Diddy's kids wanted to defend their dad's name. Now, I'm going to name this episode the Act Right episode. And let me explain why.
Act right?
That you need to act right, or just Act Right episode. Let me explain why. Because these first 3 topics, it's literally just plain and simple. You need to learn how to fucking act right. Diddy is on trial for a whole bunch of shit, a whole bunch of bullshit, right? Wouldn't you think, as his kids, to show that you were raised in a good home by a good father, you wouldn't be in the streets acting like fools and trying to start violence? Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely not wrong, but you got a level of arrogance when it comes with money.
This is true. This is very true. I would not dispute that at all. But at a certain point in time, like I said with Tory Lanez just literally 2 minutes ago, at a certain point in time, you got to understand you're responsible for more than just yourself. And in Diddy's kids' case, you're responsible for more than just yourself. You're responsible also for your dad's name. Your dad is trying to clean his name right now, and hopefully he gets his day in court. And I hope he gets his day in court, to be honest with you, because I would love to see that trial happen. But it's up to you as his kids now, his birthrights. Like you guys have to just be calm, act cool, chill. Don't be on the streets acting like fucking idiots. That's all y'all gotta do. On top of that, I think the worst thing for them to do was to press Ray J, out of all people, in LA. I don't think people really know who Ray J really is outside of singing. Outside of the Kim Kardashian sex tape and outside of like the TV show and singing and Moesha, I don't think people really know who Ray J really is in these streets. Like, Ray J's not the one to fuck with. I'm just saying. I've heard some things from some people who I really am close with, and Ray J's not the one to fuck with. I don't understand what's wrong with y'all acting like fools with Ray J. But you guys doing this shit, here's the thing that bothers me too, Phil. If Diddy is found innocent for the baby oil shit, the sex trafficking, all that shit, you know what the worst part is?
What's that?
He's still guilty of beating Cassie. We all saw the video. And you can't defend that. I don't care who the fuck you... Let me say this. I don't give a fuck who the fuck you 3 niggas try to press. Even if it's me, your dad is still a piece of shit for putting his hands on Cassie in front of that elevator. We all saw the video. So now what you gotta say? Y'all can tweet to me, send shit in the comments. Anybody who got an issue with what I just said, Diddy still ain't shit for putting his hands on Cassie in front of that elevator. Now tell me I'm wrong.
Dragging her, too.
Dragging her down the hallway, throwing shit in the hallway, having a temper tantrum, trying to beat the fuck out of her and threaten her. Now what you got to say about that? That's not me acting tough. That's me being real. You can't defend that. No one can defend that. And I remember mad people, especially Diddy, was like, oh, all these shits, everything that Cassie filed in that lawsuit is a lie, blah, blah, blah. And then he was basically, standing tall like everybody lying on his name. And then sure enough, what happened? The video came out. You know what's crazy too, Phil? The video came out too because Diddy's son, Christian Combs, I don't care what no one says. I got a conspiracy theory about this. Sarcasm time. I got a conspiracy theory about this. I'm pretty sure the video got leaked because Christian Combs had dropped a diss track to 50 Cent. And in that diss track, he was taunting the feds, right? And then less than 2 days later, the video of Cassie got leaked. Now you tell me how that happened.
Yep. I bet you.
Every time you dumb motherfuckers do some dumb shit, some other shit comes out about your dad. The last time y'all did some dumb shit, guess what happened? Your dad got arrested.
They already had all this stuff. So
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
honestly, you motherfuckers is idiots. That's how I feel about it. But Ray J, my man, keep your head up. I think, like I said, I think Ray J, I don't think Ray J's the one to fuck with. I don't think people understand that shit. But let's talk on the next topic. Oh, wait. Phil, we got breaking news.
What?
We got breaking news.
What?
Thugger is free. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard the news, Young Thug has been released from prison on probation. So he actually pled guilty to the crimes that he was accused of. And his release is kind of weird. I'm going to be real with you. So he got out on time served, right, Phil?
Okay.
They gave him a bunch of stipulations in his release. So he has 5 years probation. But supposedly, if he violates the probation at any time within those 5 years, he can be sentenced to up to 20 years in prison.
Ah, shit.
So it's kind of like a, hey, you want to act right. If you don't act right, this is about to happen. And I think that's fair to a certain extent. But at the same time, I don't think it's fair because we live in a country where we're supposed to get a speedy and fair trial, correct?
Yep.
How long Young Thug was in jail for while
Years.
trial delays, the DA doing dumb shit, the DA and the former judge on his case colluding with a witness trying to get, I don't know, they colluded with a witness and then they got mad because Young Thug's lawyer found out about it and pressed the judge in court about it.
Years.
Like years. Young Thug did not have a speedy, fair trial. And plus, come to find out, this was the longest criminal trial in the state of Georgia history. That's not crazy, right?
Wow.
That's crazy, right?
I didn't know that.
But I'm happy Young Thug is out, man. Also, on top of Young Thug being out, let me just say this. To all you rappers, to all you hip-hop journalists, to all you bloggers, all you streamers, all you podcasters that have been shitting on Gunna for so long, do you know what Young Thug asked for on his release?
What?
Because one of his stipulations is he can't rap about guns or violence or gangs, right? He's banned for 10 years from the metro Atlanta area, right?
Whoa. How? What?
Yep, it's a whole bunch of shit. 4 times a year he has to speak or perform at a anti-gang rally for kids, right?
Damn.
What was the other thing? There was something else. But then he also asked the judge, can he still make music with Gunna? And guess what the judge said?
Hell no.
Yep, the judge said actually, yeah, he can.
Oh, what?
Yep. So for all you people out there that was shitting on Gunna, and Gunna has done nothing but win since he's been out. Y'all been calling Gunna a snitch, a rat, a ain't shit nigga, a fuck nigga, all that stuff. And guess what? Young Thug is still standing by Gunna.
Fuck you, me.
So, exactly, fuck you mean. So shout outs to Gunna, shout outs to Thugger. So happy Thug is out. But like I said, man, the system failed Young Thug. Like whether you think he committed these crimes or not, that's not for me to say or dispel because he pled guilty, so you could take that for what it is. But he wasn't given a fair and speedy trial. My keyword in that sentence, 2 keywords in that sentence, fair and speedy trial. Well, fair and speedy, I should say. But he wasn't given that, and I'm just happy he's out, man, because he deserves to be out, bro. But Young Thug, bro, please, dog. On behalf of myself and the rest of the hip hop culture, please just stay out of trouble.
Are we taking over under bets on how long can he stay out of jail?
I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna
Good
be
to go?
fine.
You think he's reformed?
I think he's gonna be fine. I don't think he's reformed, but I think what happened with Gunna should happen with a lot of artists is that you need a moment to just sit down and think of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he got that moment.
Got to be careful, man. You got to change the people you around.
But I can tell you somebody who did the polar opposite. I know we kind of doing this backwards, but I know somebody who did the polar opposite.
Who's that?
Lil Durk. Now, I'm not laughing at Lil Durk. I'm laughing at the circumstances around this case. So Lil Durk was arrested for a murder for hire plot. So pretty much murder for hire plots, and when you get arrested for that, it's basically conspiracy to commit murder, more or less, right? Yo, Phil, do you know what's crazy about this, yo? So supposedly the feds have the money trail on Lil Durk, on Lil Durk. So the feds already got the money trail. They got access and they've been hacking his phones. Supposedly they have 2 informants that were in his camp. When I mean in his camp, in his inner circle. 2 informants, supposedly. And then on top of that, Durk, I guess, was about to flee the country and he booked 3 private flights.
Yeah, to Italy, right?
One to Italy, and then the 2 of the other countries I don't really fucking know. I don't really care right now. But yo, for Durk, man, this is one thing I do have to say, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. And this could be changed into music, sports, whatever your gift is, right? Whatever your gift is. If you have a gift to get you out of poverty, to get your family out of poverty, I want you to understand that same gift, if you don't treat it right, is going to lead you back into that shithole of a life you had before. What I mean by that is, for example, with Durk. Durk has a gift of making music. Grammy award-winning artist, Grammy-nominated artist. He was to the point right now in his career where he was turning things around. We all know the song he had with J. Cole. That was a great hit with the kids singing on it, All My Life.
He's in jail all my life.
And now he's in jail. That same gift that he was using to try to make change, guess what he was doing also? He was talking about killing niggas. He was talking about spinning the block for Vaughn.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that's all phony, though? Them tracks he put out?
No. For him, I don't know. But for a lot of these artists, especially, we live in Orlando. We're only 2 hours away from Jacksonville, Florida. We've been seeing all the shit that's been going on in Jacksonville, Florida with rappers, especially these 19-year-old kids. Somebody dying every week. And
over nothing.
And then rapping about it on the track. That's another thing, too. A lot of you people on the Twitter who were the most apologetic people when it comes to people committing crimes, y'all talk about us podcasters and those bloggers and those streamers like we the ones that snitching and making the feds case for them. Y'all do understand some of these feds run these bot accounts, right? It's been proven that some of the feds run bots, like run these accounts that are ran by bots. So they're already watching what you're doing and they're waiting for you to slip up. They're already piecing everything together and they waiting for y'all to slip up. And y'all, guess what y'all keep doing? Y'all keep slipping up. Y'all keep doing fuck shit. And then y'all turn and blame us. Change your behavior. That's all you got to do is change your behavior. And then I know people are going to be like, oh my God, that's the environment they grew up in and blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry. I heard the saying all the time, you can take a nigga out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of a nigga. I believe that wholeheartedly. However, I think at a certain point in time, when you get to a certain level of notoriety, a certain level of success, everybody can't come with you. And I noticed that a lot of these rappers who were getting in trouble, they got the same idiots who were doing dumb shit with them back in the day, still doing dumb shit now. There's no reason why you should be paying for 50 people to go do something with you, and this person can't get your breakfast. That person can't pick up your bags. That person you can't hire that person as an assistant, or this person for that, this person for that. Y'all probably heard this a million times from Joe Budden or Charlemagne or Gillian Wallow, but I'm just gonna repeat it again. Not everybody can go with you when you become successful. But anyways, to Durk, man, I hope you get out. I hope you beat this charge, because seeing how you were turning things around, I know, bro. I just know you can do it, bro. If you beat this, bro, I know you can make a change, bro. I really believe it. Because he actually was given an honest effort of making a change, bro. And then this shit came and bit him in the ass.
But King Von was a trash dude.
Yeah, I'm not.
Why are you trying to ride for that? That menace.
I know, but I'm not gonna speak on dead people. Only dead person I'm gonna piss on is always Hitler.
Okay.
Oh wait, Christopher Columbus. Only Christopher we acknowledge is Wallace.
Oh, okay. Not even Chris Tucker?
That's Chris Tucker, not Christopher Tucker.
I said Chris Tucker.
That's Chris Tucker.
Well, he's not dead, so.
Yeah, exactly.
You're talking about dead Chris's.
So we coming towards the end of the episode, and you already know the best segment of the show, bro.
What you on?
Phil, man, there's so many choices for the Bro What You On nominees this week, man. We could talk about Tony Highcliffe and his terrible Puerto Rican joke saying Puerto Rico is a island full of garbage. We could speak on the Chicago Bears DB who wasn't paying attention and trolling fans, and then ended up being the one that forced Washington to win of a Hail Mary that he tipped. We could speak on Donald Trump and his supporters wearing trash bag outfits to kind of troll Joe Biden. We can speak on Tory Lanez fans. We could speak on Punch from TDE speaking on hip-hop journalists, because he's actually pretty right about what he said. The Bro What You Want would be on the hip-hop journalist kind of attacking Punch on his remarks. You know, I can't even talk about DJ Envy. You know who DJ Envy is, right?
Yeah.
Did you see what DJ Envy dressed his daughter as for Halloween?
Who?
DJ Envy.
Dressed as who?
He dressed his daughter. His
What?
like 4-year-old daughter for Halloween.
For what? What did he dress her as?
He dressed her in lingerie as Little Kim from the 90s, bro.
Ew.
And she was singing like the most sexual lyrics.
Ew.
And they're like, oh my God, this is so cute. No, nigga, that's bad, bro.
Ew.
And he still got the video up on his Twitter page right now.
Ew.
At the time of this recording, DJ Emmy still got that video up of his daughter dressed as Lil Kim
Ew.
for Halloween. Pervert. I'm sorry. I know it's your daughter. God bless you and your family. But my nigga, you looking kind of...
That's gross.
You look kind of weird, bro. I'm just saying. But we actually going to speak on CNN, bro. This is a CNN report, not really reporter, but contributor, former CNN contributor by the name of Ryan Gerdusky? I can't pronounce his last name, but Ryan. Ryan was on a round table, and the CNN pundits, about 6 of them, were at a round table, and they were discussing Kill Tony's joke about the Puerto Ricans. And he said something so off color that we're not even going to play the video. I'm just going to tell you what he said. Across the table for him was a Palestinian journalist by the name of none other than Mahdi Hassan. Mahdi Hassan is, like I said, from Palestine. And Ryan said an off-color joke of, well, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. If you guys don't know what the beeper joke is, there's a couple of people overseas. The beeper means time clock. Time clock as in self-bomber. And he said, I hope it doesn't go off. This is the prime example, and I'm not going to bring this into politics. This is more just being human and being racial. This is just being human, and we're talking race right now. That is racist. There's no space for that in our society. And the fact that stuff like this is growing more and more day by day, whether it be white people to black people, Hispanics to black people, white people to Hispanics, Asians to Hispanics, Hispanics to Asians, it's just growing more and more in society. Now, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, when Obama was president, none of this stuff was going on. But the reason why this dude, Ryan, is getting the bro what you on, and it's the exact reason, he said the joke, right, Phil? I don't know if you saw the video, but he said the joke, right? And he thought the joke was going to land. And when it didn't land, he tried to apologize right away. It's not on some like, oh, he felt remorse. No, he only felt remorse because the joke didn't hit.
Yeah.
So, for Ryan, you get a bro what you on.
I'm like, bro, what you on?
And if you guys didn't know, just to give you an update on that story as well, he was banned from CNN. Literally banned from CNN. And yeah, this been a crazy ass week, bro, in the world.
Hell yeah.
It's been a crazy week, man. I know we covered a lot of topics today. This episode was really jam-packed and really concise. But as always, guys, I would love you guys to follow the Instagram page, my personal Instagram page, and even the Serious Sarcasm Instagram page, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Like I said, we're on iHeartMedia, we're on Apple, and we're on Spotify, and on YouTube. On behalf of myself, this J. DeRoja Media Network, and Phil, thank you for listening to the Serious Sarcasm Podcast, y'all. Have a good one.